Okay, that should be fine. All right. How I should have written an intro for this or something. Um. Well, anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to the prototype episode of Hashing It Out with your hosts. My name is Leo Hashee, and this
My name is
this.
Raul.
Oh no, he's lagging.
Raul.
Oh no, he's
I'm
lagging.
lagging?
Wait, do it again. Do it again.
Oh, yeah. I'm co-host. My name is Raul. I'm not a
Raul
YouTuber.
could be,
Not a
but he
YouTuber.
isn't yet.
Potential YouTuber.
Potential YouTuber. If this podcast becomes like, extremely fucking famous, like impulsive, not impulsive.
Like impulsive.
I can't be fucking shouting, not shouting. I can't be talking about other people in this shit, bro. It's anyway. All right. Well, I've never done this before actually, so this is all new. I'm not really sure how to get things rolling, but
I guess the thing is, why are you making a podcast?
why are we making a podcast? Well,
Yeah.
that's an interesting story. I feel like we've been talking about this for fucking years, but well,
Years.
I guess should we like at least do a brief introduction of who the fuck we are, since most
I think
people
we should.
probably don't know who we are. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
That'd be very helpful, I think. Like,
yeah,
why do they want to listen to these two guys?
just
Chit
these two
chat.
random fucking dudes. One's a disgusting weeb, and oh, I shouldn't say that.
Wait, which one? Me or you?
Me, I was pointing out my
Oh,
posters and
you.
all my figures. But my name is Leo Hashee. If you came from my channel, you would obviously know. But I make videos on YouTube about anime and whatever the hell. And miraculously was able to reach 100K, which, makes my dick hard sometimes. That's okay. Anyway. I mean, that's pretty much, I make videos on YouTube, and I wanted to start a podcast with my buddy here, who is going to introduce himself now.
Yeah. So me, not YouTuber, but we have known each other since like middle school, which is like a long time ago.
Yeah.
So my origin story is that way back before you hit 100K, and I was like always your cameraman. So
Yes.
pretty much for like I think around like 2019 to like 2021 maybe.
Yeah.
A large chunk of those videos I was probably behind the camera filming them. So this is like Leo Hashee YouTube history, pretty much.
Yeah, this was the era where I would go out in public and do fucking stupid shit on the camera and have no. I didn't give a shit back then. I think I gave less of a shit back then about like what I did on camera. I think. I mean, I guess the smaller audience definitely helped with not really caring too much, but yeah, he was there for a lot of really old videos of mine that probably I'm assuming 99% of my current audience has not seen.
They are still up on your channel.
They
so
are
if
still
you
up.
want to watch them,
If you want to go through,
feel free to watch them.
Yeah, you go through some of them. You'll definitely hear Raul in them. There's a specific one we made together where I was trying to learn how to do K-pop dances, and Raul here, I asked him to record it, and we asked another friend of ours to help me teach the K-pop dances. I mean, it went as well as you would expect. I'm not a dancer. Never really been a dancer, so trying to do a bunch of K-pop dances kind of with my non-working joints and shit was very tough. But and Raul would go on Twitter while filming. It was
One hand in the camera, one hand on my phone, like this.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing red for a brief moment in that recording session, because I'm like, sir, you're on Twitter while recording the most important fucking content in all of history, which is content for the Leo Hashee YouTube channel.
So the point is, I have been a helper of the channel
Yes.
for a while. Back in the day when we used to do a lot more live action content, pretty much.
100%.
I was just doing a lot of like helping. And the point is that behind the scenes of those videos, we always had like crazy conversations pretty much
Mm-hmm.
to get through the day. We spent
Yes.
so much time together, just like filming this stuff.
Yeah.
We thought, wow, if we were recording those conversations we had, I bet someone might find that entertaining.
Yeah, some people might. We'll have to see. We'll find out. We'll find out. But yeah, so that's basically us. Well, Raul is also a filmmaker. People don't know that,
Oh,
but
yeah, yeah.
yet, but once this podcast becomes famous and we can fund his movie from it, that's fucking imagine. That'd be crazy, right? If we could just like fund
It
your
would actually
movie
be
from
so
this.
awesome.
That would be pretty crazy. You know what? That's a good reason to start this podcast. Are we keeping all this in if we upload this shit?
Yeah, well, I mean, why not, right?
Okay. Okay. Um Man, I really should have prepared a bit more. I'm like this is my rolled out of bed look, so I'm just I got
Oh
my
yeah, this is also and I woke up.
little hair thing on, you know. I mean, this is
My
kind
hair
of
looks
my
terrible.
no, it looks great. It looks wonderful.
Uh,
Well, so I guess hashing it out is a very general sort of title for a podcast. So I think it's a good name. I feel like because we do tend to talk about just the most whatever shit. So I think it'll be we're hashing it out.
We
That
always
makes
get
sense.
arguing, you know. We just
Well,
argue about everything.
I don't. Well,
Sometimes.
I think it depends on the topic. There are
Hmm.
things that we both can agree upon and we both severely disagree upon. But I guess we can kind of try to. We do have some topic ideas. So what we could do is, I guess, if you want, do you want to start off with one of your ideas? Maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start with one of mine. So I know that you are now famous
I,
for talking about.
I, famous. I,
You're the most famous person I know.
okay, well that's fair, but say the right term is niche micro internet celebrity.
I have a niche micro internet celebrity is one of my friends.
Thank you. Yes.
Um, but your stuff is all about anime, you know?
Yeah,
And
indeed.
everyone loves anime. I love anime.
I
And
don't know if I believe that.
the point is in high school I used to be so into it. And
Yeah.
so I guess the topic that I was thinking about was what was like the worst stuff you used to watch in high school?
Worst stuff I used to watch in high school.
Worst or like cringiest stuff that you
And
like watched and enjoyed?
is that for anime or is that for anything?
For anime, yeah.
For
'Cause I have
anime?
a lot of stuff that I watched, which is kind of embarrassing that I watched it and then I liked it.
Oh. I mean, to be honest, I feel like okay, this is a very I don't know if this is something I should admit, as an anime YouTuber, but I don't think I'm the biggest fan of anime, if that makes sense. Um
You don't like it?
no, I like anime, but the thing is, right? I don't really this is such a tough thing to explain because it's not like I keep up with a lot of like different shows or anything. I watch like two shows at a time or something. I don't even like every few months I'll watch a show or something. Like especially since I started watching anime as a job, it's been very tough to really enjoy anime anyway. But I mean, I know I have all this merch behind me, but I think I'm an anime fan in that I grew up in a Japanese household, so it's just always been there, and it's always been part of like my sort of well, it is part of like the culture of Japan. Part of it, not all of it. It's a big part of it though. So I think having it around me is more normal than something I'm like, oh, I'm a big fan of it, or I don't know if that makes sense. Because it's not like
I
I
think I get
keep
what
up.
you're saying.
Yeah, I don't keep up with a lot of shows. Um, a lot of my favorite shows are very mainstream, like well-known stuff like that. So I feel like I don't consider myself like like the biggest anime fan in general. I do like anime. I like it a lot, but I think at least maybe I feel like the way people see me maybe is very different from how I really feel about or see anime, which is ironic because I have so much anime stuff in my life. But I mean, I think you watch a few of my videos and people realize like, yo, this guy just. I mean, I shit on a lot of anime stuff. I shit on a lot of the
Yeah, you do.
the normalized things that I think is weird because like again, I feel like I have a little bit of a distance from anime that makes it a little bit easier for me to kind of analyze it, I guess, in that way. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm just exposing my ass. Look, I like anime. Okay, I'm very much enjoying anime right now, but but back in high school, sorry, just to now we're circling back to the actual topic. Uh, I actually don't even think I watched too much anime. I'm trying to
So
think of.
I was a bigger anime person than you, I
I
think.
think you were. Like I think you might be because I used to watch a lot of anime in middle school, like Death Note and like fucking Angel Beats. That show is so mid. Um,
But
that's
Death Note is kind of
Death Note's.
stupid.
I like Death Note though. Death Note's like iconic.
Like after the halfway point.
See, well, everyone shits on Nier too much. I think it's just that I think it's still good. I just think the first half was so much better that the second half didn't feel as good. But I still think the ending was pretty good. I think it was worth it, personally. But yeah, I mean, the worst thing I've seen in middle school was that, or the cringiest thing, I guess you said.
Yeah, I was maybe something
Uh,
that's kind of embarrassing because I feel like when I
hmm,
was in middle school, high school,
yeah,
like there are some shows that I watched that I liked, but I haven't seen them since I was like 13 or whatever.
right,
And I feel like if I were to rewatch them now, it would be like, God, why did I like this? And specifically, I can think of a couple.
yeah.
When I was in middle school, I watched the Oran High School Host Club.
Oh, I was actually gonna bring that up. I actually thought of that. That
Okay,
show, I haven't watched it since middle school. I don't want to because I feel like it
me too.
certainly did not age well in some aspects. I'm pretty sure.
No, there's definitely one explicit part that is just weird,
Was it the first
right? With the
episode?
twin.
Oh
Well,
no
it's
no
with
no
like the
no.
twin characters.
What do they do? I don't even see. I don't even remember.
Well, they just like they like weirdly like play on like the oh they're brothers, but is they like are they together like in a you know relationship thing?
More than brothers, less than lovers.
Precisely. Yeah. I just
Jesus.
remember I was like, yeah, I don't know why I watched this show and also why I liked it as a kid.
I think it's
So I can't bring
easier.
myself to watch it.
It's much easier to not question like weird shit in anime. I feel like as a kid especially. Well, yeah, I mean it makes sense. I was also gonna bring up another one that I did think of actually that I watched back in high school that I thought was pretty good back then, but now I look back and I think it's disgusting. Is do you know No Game No Life?
Yeah. Because I think my brother watched. I think Jorge watched a little bit of
Oh
it. I don't know
yeah.
if he finished it,
No,
but I think he did watch some of it.
it's some weird ass incest bait show where they have way too much fan service, and also the main character and his younger sister are just way too close to each other for comfort. Also, I've sold like a figure of the very young girl before at one of my old part-time jobs to like this weird. Okay, this is a whole story, but you know, I used to. Okay, so the main one of the main characters of No Game No Life is a very young girl. I don't know how old, I forgot, but just very young. Like, what the fuck? Why are you selling figures of this girl in this way, sort of young, right? Shit should end up, go to jail or something. Anyway, um, at one of my old part-time jobs, I used to work at a Japanese hobby shop, and that also, it included a lot of anime figurines and stuff. It wasn't all anime
Mhm.
stuff. It was like Japanese stuff too. We got kimonos and shit, but we did sell a lot of anime figures, and sometimes they were very suggestive and clearly not of age. I didn't make the orders, okay, and I didn't recommend these figures, by the way, okay. I should say this as a former employee, but every time someone would take one of those figures, I would kind of do a side eye to one of my coworkers, like, hmm,
Did they pick that
they
one
picked that
specifically?
one, like why? Because it's clearly. Anyway, um, it's negative social clout or whatever the word is. Negative aura farming. So there was this one specific figure of I forgot her name from the show Shiro or something, the younger sister from No Game No Life. We were selling one really. I will say it was a very like well made figure of like the colors were really cool, yada yada yada. And
Mhm.
then you fucking go down to the lower half of that figure. You turn it upside down, and you just get, you can just see her entire underwear. Like, what? Why is that a thing? Yeah,
Oh,
it's just completely just there. You can see it. It's raw. That's not a word I should use for
raw?
that. No, that's not what I meant. Anyway, you can just see it. So anyway, and it was such a special, not guaranteed, special limited like figure that we would display it in like a little thing like on its own and be like, this is for sale, but let me show you what it looks like, kind of thing. Sorry, I need to recharge with my gamer juice. So we would we ended up selling it to a very interesting older, much older man, uh and someone had to take on the job of actually taking apart this figure of this young girl and putting it in the box. And unfortunately, for some reason, I became the person who had to do that. And I've never felt more uncomfortable in my life than having to take apart that figure and accidentally like looking under certain parts of it. And I'm like, why is there so much detail in certain aspects? I anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck No Game No Life. I know some people really like it, and I do think the art is like really good. Actually, the art style, great. Not the art style, like the colors and stuff. It's great.
Right.
The show, fucking nasty, disgusting. I can't. It's straight up incest bait, dog. Anyway, yeah, that's probably I will say I think that's the one show that I watched back then that I was like, yeah, it's pretty good, and then I look back and I'm like, it was not good.
That's how I feel about this is not like, to plug your channel, but you did recently
Sure.
make a video about Elfen Lied, which is a show I watched when I was in middle school.
Oh, you watched it?
I watched it, yeah, because that was back in the day where when I was like in middle school, I was like so interested in like I want to see what the edgiest and like most like top 10 like scariest movies of all, or like just that kind of like edgy movie
Yeah,
whatever like
yeah.
stuff.
Edgy is
So along with the
understatement.
movies that I watched that
Yeah.
were like supposedly like that, I also watched some anime like that. And at the top of the list was always this show, Elfen Lied. And I know you recently watched it for the first time, but that's like a core memory in the back of my head as a kid, just
Yeah.
watching this garbage. And like when I was a kid, I actually liked it. I thought it was so good. I was like, this is so awesome and fucked up, man.
I think
Whoa,
I think when you're a kid,
blood
it's
and
it's very different. Like, I'm sure it's like a
mhm,
different experience because I'm sure if I watched it as a kid, because like I still remember Oran High School Host Club
high school
fondly,
host.
but I don't want to go back and watch it because it's probably, I mean, it's obviously not Elfin Lead level of nasty, but
Right.
there's probably still something there that I'm like, I don't remember this and I don't like it. Especially, I think now that we're adults, we kind of understand things that happen in the world a little more. What's okay, what's not okay, and yeah, Elfin Lead
Yeah, like why
is
would I want to watch that? Yeah, Elfen
yeah.
Lied was some hot garbage. Well,
So
to me,
so
I
you
thought
liked it
thinking about it.
or you
Well,
didn't
yeah,
like
as a
it?
kid I liked it. As a
Okay,
kid I liked it, but I
yeah,
just know if I rewatched it, like I kind of rewatched it just by watching your video,
yeah. I mean,
but
it
I'm
was
too
a
scared to actually do it myself.
yeah, cause
It's just like I'm not gonna do this.
dude, that show had
Like,
some
come
of
on.
the some of the most I don't know what the word is. It was like I have never I've said this in the video too that I made about Alpha Lead. I have never seen anything like that in my life where, one of the backstories is a literal
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much about it because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
triggering
yeah.
material, but it's a
If you've seen the
depiction.
show, you know.
Yeah, it's the most direct depiction of CSA I've seen in an anime, and it's even I would say it goes even farther than some more controversial things I've seen in the past. like Midori. Uh,
Mm.
so that says a lot. I think I don't Elfen Lied. I'm I mean I'm sure like there are people who like it, and even I admitted that there are parts that I enjoyed about the show. Um, very small parts of it. But I think that is definitely one of those shows where people will look back and be like, why did we think it was good? It's probably because no other good anime were out by then. Like now we have like the entirety of Attack on Titan, for example. And I think that's a show
Yeah.
that does the edgy very well. Edgy, like gore, violence, like really scary shit. I think it does it well because it's not like fucking, you don't got someone's tits being shoved in the camera or something like every 2 seconds, or you don't see like Mikasa isn't nude the entire show, like some of the
It's
characters
not like
in.
High School of the Dead, you know?
Well, High School of the Dead is a different, completely different beast. I mean, the physics in that
That's
world.
another one, you know?
That is that the wait. That's the show with the sniper boobs, right? Right. That's
Yeah,
the
the
that's the
slow
one. Yeah, High
motion,
School.
like, yeah.
I've only seen that
That
one
was kind of
scene.
iconic, though.
No,
You've
that's the
never seen
thing.
the actual show?
No, no. I look. I've always been very what's the word? Very skeptical, or very
Hmm.
not a fond of watching shows like that, like High School DxD. What's the one
You
I
did watch a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's that one. Is very clearly just fucking fan service, fan service, fan service, and it's existed for a while. This is, it's been over a decade maybe since that show started. But I've always seen that kind of show and been like, this is it's kind of weird. Like I don't know. I think it's just there's something about the very blatant fan serviciness of these shows that makes me go like, I'm not a fan of it honestly, because I'm trying to watch anime for like a good story, right? Or well written characters, or engaging animation, whatever. Um
Yeah.
I'm not if I really wanted to see fucking hand drawn titties, I'll just Google it, It's
Right.
just Google anime girl titties, and well, I'm a little scared of what you would find. Actually, don't do that. But
Yeah, this is not an endorsement, not an
no,
endorsement.
not an endorsement. However, I'm like, if I really wanted to do that, I would just Google it myself or go somewhere. Like I'm not gonna. I'm trying to watch an anime, you know, to watch an anime and to enjoy it, not to get my dick wet. I shouldn't say that because these.
Yeah, I think we're like,
Okay,
but I feel like with High School is a Dead, I
yeah.
just felt in my head, something I want to think in a very like charitable reading of it is that it's so stupid and so utterly dumb and ridiculous
Hmm.
that it has to be like some level of like campiness, right? Where it's like you can I think I can kind of understand it, but at the same time, it's just I don't think I can ever be fully on board with that. You know, despite it being like intentionally dumb, but still, it's just kind of like, nah.
I mean, I've never really seen it, so I'm not sure what it's about. I only know like that fucking sniper scene where, well, I
Well, you know, it's about the zombies in high school. It's yeah, it's dumb.
for any viewers who don't
And only one
understand,
season.
is it only one season?
I think so.
Um, well, there's a scene where I should explain it, so people who might be listening will understand. Because this is all I know about High School of the Dead. Okay, and I might be wrong about my recap of this, but I remember a girl. I think it was two people, right? Like one of them's on the ground, and obviously it's fucking one of them fan service shows, so she got like,
Hmm.
you know, whatever physics defying chesticles. I don't like that. Um, so then,
Nice.
thank you. Another girl takes their sniper and like puts it over the other girl's abdomen area, quite large
Hmm.
abdomen area, and then and then she fires a bullet from the sniper rifle, and then as the bullet fires, the I guess the recoil, or I don't know what the word is. but the extreme gravity or force or whatever inertia, whatever the gun released makes the other girl's abdomen area quake and shake like a fucking like I've never seen that sort of quake. Like think of like Jujutsu Kaisen quality animation just on this
Right.
girl's
Yeah.
chest. Just for that. That's all I've seen. And that is High School of the Dead to me. I can only imagine what kind of stupid shit they do in that show just based on that one scene.
Yeah, I mean, there's been like other really dumb shows beyond. I don't know if you remember this show. You ever heard of this show, Batum? Batum. It's
The
like about like
tomb?
it's kind of like a yeah, or it's kind of like a battle royale thing where like a bunch of people are like on an island, and they fight each other with like bombs, and everyone has like a special bomb, like
I-
made or shit like that.
Is it an anime?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you spell it?
It's like
Oh, the tomb
B
or something, right?
Batum. Yeah, yeah, that shit.
Oh, I think I've heard of
That's
it.
also garbage.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah, and that's the one I watched
Batum.
when I was in high school. Yeah.
Oh, I remember Batum. Okay, I should probably. It'll be better if we put a picture up somehow. But Batum.
Yeah, this.
That is another
Oh
old show.
man.
I remember seeing like the poster of this when I was in
Mhm.
middle school and be like, wow, that girl. The first thing I
Like that's
noticed.
another show. Yeah, and it's not any better in the show. You can kind of just imagine where what you're gonna get in there.
I
Um,
mean, from that era especially, dude. Yeah, I mean, I think only a few years afterwards that they finally start to realize that maybe they don't need titties to make an anime good. You know, I think Attack on Titan season one, which was released in 2012, was probably like the first big sort of like breakthrough in that aspect where I think people even over the sea overseas are watching this going like this shit is fire. I feel like it's we don't I know I suck that show's dick a lot because it's one of my favorite shows. Um, but I feel like there's a good reason why it's so successful. Whereas like Elfenlied died, in 2004 or whatever, in the early 2000s, and no one talks about it because they don't exploit
yeah, I
children
mean,
in Attack on
I
Titan.
only watched the first season of Attack on Titan when I was in high school
Okay,
or
but
middle
can you
school,
can you
whatever.
name a single fan service moment in that show?
I can't,
That's what I'm
which is
saying.
probably good.
Other than when the Titans are
I know
running,
there's like three more seasons, right? There's like three more. Is it like four seasons or three
it's
of Attack
four
on Titan?
four seasons in a movie. Well,
Oh, the live action one, right?
no, the last part is like the
Or no?
last like episode, I guess, is like a really prolonged sort of really long one.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
I don't know if it counts as a movie. Oh, so one of my Steam friends is playing a game now, so that's gonna show up in the podcast. Whatever. Anyway, it's on the screen. I'll have to record on a different screen, I think. Anyway, um, shit, I lost my train of thought. What were we just talking about?
We were just talking about like kind of a number of really bad shows that we don't from like middle school or high school that we don't want to rewatch because they're probably gonna be really bad. And I don't know why I
Yeah,
liked these shows as a kid. It's because our my taste level was just so like undeveloped or something. Maybe.
I think when you're a kid, I feel like you have a lot less of an understanding as to like why something is why something is why
Good
good or
or
bad. I
I
don't
don't
want to
know.
say that's not like obviously it's all subjective stuff, right? Like
Right.
people have their own opinions. So I'm not saying that what we're saying here is any sort of like
The truth.
the truth or anything. However, I do feel like there are it's a lot easier to sort of misconstrue things when you're a kid. Like this is something that I've already admitted on my channel, and people have probably fucking roasted the shit out of me for it, which is fine. That's fair. But like the show, that's the one. That's okay. Good. This is a good one. The show Oreimo. I think in English
I definitely heard
it's
of this. Wait.
in English it's
Yeah, what is
there's
it?
no way my sister can be this cute. Ore
Oh, yes.
emo. Yeah. So I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
watched that as a kid, not knowing what the fuck incest was. I genuinely had no idea what incest was. And like I didn't, I guess, have an understanding because I was a young and dumb idiot. I didn't understand like, yo, incest is, this shit's gross. It's not, I just didn't, the concept itself just didn't exist for me. So I watched that shit and I'm like, oh, this show's like pretty enjoyable, I guess. I like the drama, I like the I guess now that I look back, it's like, what is there to really like about it? But I remember enjoying it in the moment. Also, because I just didn't understand like what the hell love was or anything either. I was like 12, I was like 12, so it was like I don't know what love is. I don't know what incest is. I don't know, what's disgusting or not. I mean, I don't even know what fucking is. So like, whatever. Like I'm a kid. Um, so
Yeah, I don't think I ever watched that one. I know I had heard of the name, but I don't think I've ever watched it.
it is
It was good, I guess.
fucking trash. This it's like my probably I think this is probably the biggest show where I'm like I would never want to rewatch this unless it's for like my YouTube channel. But even then I'm a little bit intimidated because it's 2 seasons long. It's 2 seasons fucking long. It's too long
Oof.
at that point. It's too long. They I don't know. I think it's a horrendous show. I don't know why the fuck anyone enjoyed it. I don't know why I enjoyed it as a kid, but that's what I mean when I say like when you're a kid you don't really understand as well as when you grow up and you're like, I don't think that was as I don't think it was as good or as okay as I remember it being. I think it's a little, a little
Yeah.
suspect. I
I,
was
I think that's why after high school ended, I just stopped watching anime altogether. I think for like about a decade, I just did not watch any of it.
Yeah, you became a
Pretty much,
Koreaboo.
yeah. Yeah, instead of a
Sorry.
weeaboo, I transitioned to Koreaboo. True. I dropped it and I'm like, nah, I'm a Koreaboo instead. You hate to see it, but
No, it's cool. It's I feel like there's a pretty decent crossover between like anime fans and K-pop fans. I feel like I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm very unknowledgeable on both, especially K-pop. Okay, I haven't listened to K-pop in a minute, so I don't really know what's going
yeah,
on.
we had our K-pop phase already, you know.
Yeah, I had a twice phase in 2019. That was quite possibly the unhealthiest phase of my life. I was like, oh my god. Anyway,
It was awesome though.
well, okay, there was at that time I bought a Ford Mustang convertible, very old one.
Yeah, the
Uh,
convertible. I miss that car so
I don't
much.
miss that car. That car cost me more in repairs than it cost me in the actual original price. But anyway, that car was a convertible, and it could go down. We could be like our winds flowing in the hair and shit, whatever. So what we would do is be stupid nuisances. Well, I'll be stupid nuisance, and like I'll just blast twice music on my fucking Ford Mustang with the convertible thing down. I'm not even a car guy. Like I don't understand the difference between whatever V6 or V whatever engines. Like I don't know what that means. So I don't know why the fuck I bought the car. I thought I would be able to pull. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. Um,
Oh, that's why I thought you bought it.
no, I bought it because I wanted a car and it was there and it was cool. Okay, I thought it was cool. I was ignorant. I hate that car. I'm sorry. Anyway, the amount of times it's broken down on me. So yeah, I mean, but it was fun. Kind of driving through the streets of our hometown, just blasting twice out the loudspeakers. And my Mustang, they modded it, whoever owned it before. So they put like a big ass, like I don't know what it's called, like a subwoofer or whatever. It was something in the trunk.
It was like in the trunk of your car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was like a massive speaker booster, bass booster kind of thing. So when we played twice in that car out loud in the
It was
streets,
bass boosted.
it was like, yeah, it was like you would you'd hear it on the same block and you'd be like, yo, who are those really cool ass motherfuckers in that old ass Ford Mustang with with the hood down, blasting the greatest K-pop group of all time. Oh, and then you turn around and you just see my fucking stupid ass in the driver's seat. Anyway, that was an era. For sure.
See, that was a quick recollection on cringe bad high school, and this is to establish that we both have a history with anime, enjoying anime, watching it.
Yes.
I've recently come back to it a little bit, just a little bit.
Oh
So that's why
yeah,
it was in
yeah,
my
yeah.
head. That's
Yeah, you want to
that's
tell
why I was
them?
thinking
You
about
should
it.
tell them what show you enjoyed recently that brought you back into the world of anime.
Yeah, yeah. So Leo put me back onto anime. He recommended I watch the show Mob Psycho
Yes.
100.
Yes, sir.
I'd never heard of. Um, so I watched it pretty recently. I think I finished it a couple weeks ago. So that was so awesome.
Yes,
I think
sir.
partially because it has a lot of the stuff that we had discussed earlier. That because it doesn't have a lot of that. Like, there's really no romance interest in it. There's no like fan service in it at all. It's
No
pretty just
titties.
like focused on yeah, it's just like focused on character and story and like
Mm-hmm.
fighting and yeah, that kind of shit. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that's awesome. Thank God.
Yeah. It's also surprisingly wholesome. I didn't expect it to be like a wholesome show, but like
Very wholesome.
as some of the greatest characters in history, I think. Like Reagan is an incredible character, to be honest. Man. Oh, dude, when he goes like 1000% at the end of season 1. Oh, this is
Oh, yeah, the
spoilers,
first season.
but that's kind of crazy, no?
It's a good show though. Yeah,
That
because
shit.
it's so unexpected.
Yeah.
I was just like, what?
I still rewatch that scene
Um,
sometimes because
yeah,
it's like so good. Yeah.
awesome show. Great, but that's why I'm like kind of back now a little bit because I enjoyed it
Yes.
so much. I'm like, oh, there must be some other shows that might also appeal to me.
Don
As a
don
ex anime hater. Oh yeah, like
don don don
Don Don Don.
don 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 don
Which I
don.
only watched one episode,
That show
but
is. I think season 2 is so much like. Season 1's good. I think season 2 I've been enjoying it a lot more for some reason. So that's been fun. Um, yeah, I mean, another. I don't know actually if you might enjoy this show, but another show that I've been really enjoying. I don't know if you've heard of Kaiju Number 8.
I've never heard of this.
Okay,
What
that's
is this?
it's. I mean, it started last year too, but it's very. It's not as popular as Don Don, but I would say it was up there in popularity uh, last year, and season 2 started this year, and it's been pretty. It's a pretty entertaining show. None of that stupid ass fan service bullshit. The main character is actually a 33-year-old like man who's still trying to chase his dreams, kind of shit. Even though he like sucks at what he wants to do, but then he eventually becomes like he proves everyone wrong type shit. It's a good show. I think it's
Is it
enjoyable.
about like monsters? Because like kaiju is like monster,
Yeah, it's
right?
about like
Or, like big monster
yeah.
thing.
It in the world of this show, like kaiju's spawn out of nowhere, and it's like a normal thing. Like people have to evacuate and shit, and there's like a whole squad of people or like a sect of the government or something, the military, who train to fight against these guys. And the main character has always wanted to join that. He's just never been like physically, too apt for that. But then, things change when he becomes a kaiju, but he's the strongest kaiju. It's one of those shows. Um, I think it's very entertaining though. It's not like fucking the most 100% amazing writing, but it's definitely enjoyable. So if anyone hasn't watched it and they think they're looking for something to watch, I personally recommend that show. Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. I feel like recently there's been a huge rise in like just anime becoming so much more popular, but a lot of these shows that are popular are not like the trashy ones if you really think about it.
Like from when we were kids, right? Like that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
stuff.
Like we're not getting shit like Alpha Lead or like Oran. Well, I guess we do get stuff like that still, but it's not like as gratuitous maybe is the word.
Hmm.
Um like even like I hate romance shows personally. I think they're kind of stupid. But I don't know if you've heard of this anime called Kaguya-sama Love is War. It's very popular, but I think that is probably the only romance anime that I've watched, and I'm like, I actually really think this is a good show. Mostly because I think it's funny. I don't really care for the romance is interesting, but I care mostly because I just think it's a very funny show. They do the comedy super well in it, but it's not like, I mean, it has some weird fan service moments once in a while, like as a joke, but but I think the rest of the show is good enough to where it just kind of makes me go like, it happens, but the show is still enjoyable. So I don't know, dude. It's weird, but yeah. That I wonder how many people understand everything we just talked about so far.
I think there's a lot of people who have, maybe you could say, a love-hate relationship with like anime shows. Maybe they liked them a lot as kids,
Yeah.
or they're trying to get back into it, but they're like, just trying to find the right show that has what's appealing to them versus what
Mm,
having shows that don't have things they don't like the fan service stuff. Because it's kind of like a perception thing where it kind of got like a bad rap, right? Like anime, like the
yeah.
perception of it. If you watch it or enjoy it, people kind of make assumptions about what the kind of show you're watching,
Especially back
right?
then, yeah. Especially
Oh yeah.
especially back then. It's so bad.
Which I guess sort of did change when like you were saying that when Attack on Titan came out, right? When it got
Yeah.
so popular, the sort of perception changed a little bit of what kind of anime show or whatever. And now I guess if you say you watch anime, it could be like Jujutsu Kaisen or Chainsaw Man or like
Demon Slayer.
Slayer.
I I
Uh,
I think yeah, I think now is probably a lot, I don't want to say better of a time, but it's a lot better of a time to be an anime fan now, since like at least when we were like in middle school, high school, it's like you say you like anime and that's like you're fucking shunned from society back then because it's like, yeah, you're watching that weird titty shit, like that. I think for most people the image they had in their mind of when someone said anime, they would just see like hentai. Like that's like the first thing they'll think about.
right.
Weird tentacle shit too. Because I also feel like back then there wasn't as much popular anime that wasn't as like you know falling into those weird tropes of incest or like fan service or things like that.
Yeah, I guess besides like Naruto, right? Like I guess Naruto is one of them. But
I mean,
then
Naruto
again,
has its own flaws too. I mean, I'm not a big Naruto fan.
yeah,
I don't want to
me neither.
bring no hate no
Yeah.
more. But I mean, for one, I know Sakura is supposed to be not a great written character. From what I've read a very limited amount. I've read until like Akatsuki. I think Akatsuki was genuinely very incredible. But like there's a character, Jiraiya from Naruto that
Yeah,
his
yeah.
half his personality is
Oh,
like fucking nose bleeding over like younger girls, and it's really fucking weird if you think about it. And then Naruto like transforms himself
mhm.
into a girl, naked girl, and all this guy can do is like ogle at his like disciple turned girl. It's fucking weird, right? Like I think Jiraiya is such a cool character when it's not about that, but because he's such a weird fucking nasty ass like I mean, that's gotta be gross. He's like over like Naruto's female form, which has still got to be like the same age as Naruto, because
The
it's
same age as
Naruto. It's
Naruto.
fucking weird. It's fucking weird. No, I can't deal with that. It like ruined the character for me. It sucks. But like I think a lot of the shows you listed, they don't do that kind of shit no more. Jujutsu Kaisen, like the weirdest character in it is like I don't know if you know the characters in it, but well anyway,
Oh,
the
never.
worst it goes is like this really buff high school guy that no one likes really from his school is obsessed with like an idol, but like there's no gratuity in it. It's just like, oh, I'm a big fan of you, and I feel like it's you don't see that as much anymore. Demon Slayer has its own weird fan service moments, but that's like one character, and at least that one character isn't reduced to fan service. Like she's actually a strong, you know, we see her fight, and it's like pretty cool, um, stuff like that. It's not
That's better than like my favorite show, Evangelion. And
well,
the rebuild movies. The rebuild movies are so shameless about it. It kind of ruins part of it as well.
is it really?
Yeah, because there's literally one character. Her name is Mari,
Is the
and she was
glasses
only
girl?
put into the glasses girl. She's only in the rebuild movie, so she's a new character. But her only purpose is just to like have big ass and big titty, like pull up the screen. Literally, that's all she is. She's so inconsequential to the plot. It's insane.
You know,
So it's like I'll be watching the movies and then boom, like, oh my god.
yeah, I have my own opinions on Evangelion, but that show.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like the show, but the movies are kind of ruined because of that. Because it's kind of annoying to watch. It's like, oh god,
See, that's the thing, right? You're
you
trying
know?
to watch something and you're like enjoying the story, you like it for what it is, and then you just see a pair of titties and you're like it's shoved in your face, and I'm like, can we like not do that? Like, can we? It kind of takes away from the movie. I feel like
Yeah,
you know you can if you want to sell merch of a character, right? I feel like if they're I guess designed to be attractive enough, quote unquote, people will still be interested just because of the way they look. You don't have to like fucking shove it down. It's like the opposite of subliminal messaging. I feel like where
yeah,
you know
the
if it
opposite
was
exactly.
subliminal, it wouldn't be like, oh, look at this pair of titties, like for 2 seconds, in this really crazy show about robots and angels and people dying and fucking time whatever and shit, and then you just see like, like it's like I understand. I don't want to say I understand, but it's like I get it's like probably for like some kind of marketing or like for a certain audience type,
Oh yeah,
but it's like I feel like most viewers aren't you know they're not out here trying to ogle at you know
I guess the best thing I can say about Mari is that at least she's like an adult, in the show.
Oh, is she?
Like, yeah.
Oh, thank God. Thank
But
God.
that's the best thing I can say about Mari is that, well, she's an adult, so
But
I guess that's good.
it's bad though when we're like, thank God she's at least over 18.
An adult, like, wow.
See, that's like, okay, this is a completely different show, but the only thing, oh my God, I don't even want to bring this up because I fucking hate this show. But the only good thing I'll say about Rent a Girlfriend is
Mm-hmm.
that most of the
Rent a
characters, yeah, most of the characters are college students. So it's not like they're one character is 17. So it's kind of weird. But most of them are overage. So like I don't feel as weird about it watching it when the main character's like thinking in his head for like 2 seconds about, oh my God, her chest is like looking, like he's literally just fucking choking on his own. Anyway, yeah, it's like that show's unbearable, but I'm like, at least I can hate it, but also be like, you know what? They're not minors. So, I do want to preface that this isn't like an anime podcast, even though I know it sounded like
Oh
one.
yeah.
It's just I think because it is the first episode and I do make anime content, that's probably the easiest thing to start with. But, since the show's called Hashing It Out, we'll probably be hashing out a lot of other things than just anime. So keep your eyes peeled for that or ears peeled for that, whichever one you use to listen to this.
Click the bell.
click the
Notifications
click the
on.
bell. Make sure to leave a like. Subscribe for more episodes coming soon, hopefully. I guess that's it. So, anyways, thank you for listening.
That's it.
Okay, bye.